With the virus instilling fear into people worldwide, pushing us into quarantine this past year, many aspects of our lives were altered, leaving us trapped in our homes mentally and physically. The one thing keeping many people sane was the hope that we were at least safe in our own dwellings. With the majority of the world hiding away, who or what was left to lurk the outside world, unseen in the shadow of the empty dark? In a small retirement community in Santa Ana, California, someone or something wanted inside. Paul was an ex-construction worker, unemployed from the virus, living with his father in the gated senior community located in Southern California. Like so many others, the 35-year-old was forced to move in with his father, unable to afford rent or much anything else. Like much of the world, he relied on video chats to stay in contact with friends. One cold but calm night in December, Paul was on his weekly video call with his close friend Colby and had just come into the house from smoking outside. It being around 2:30 a.m., he was attempting to be stealthy in order not to wake his father, who was still working and would be waking up in just a matter of hours. After sneaking back into his room, Paul and Colby continued their conversation while Paul sat on his bed, with his back against the wall next to the window leading out to the front of the property. The dialogue was brought to a sudden halt when Paul heard the indistinguishable sound of knocking on the window. 3 hard and loud knocks at the highest point of the window. The sent chills down the man's spine. Disheartened by Paul's silence, Colby asked what had caused his friend's look of distress. While turning off the bedroom lights, Paul explained the sound to his friend and searched for a sign of something outside the window. Being level-headed and cautious people, they both agreed exiting the house was possibly too dangerous, so it was decided Paul would examine the perimeter of the property the next day. In the morning, after looking over the area around the home, Paul was able to find boot prints in the mud directly in front of the window. This both terrified and confused him. What made these boot prints so perplexing was their location. The window is guarded on each side by 10-foot-tall thick shrubs that hug the outside wall. At its front is a 7-foot-deep impenetrable bush, making it impossible to climb or crawl up to the small open area in front of the window. The footprints were not deep enough to be made by someone somehow jumping into the muddy clearing. They just seemed to appear in the mud without indicating origin or direction of exit. Questioning and even viewing neighbors' video footage from the night of the incident led nowhere. And so we were left to wonder. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there?